Hello Geminis, or welcome to Timsy Naked Tarots. Basically I make this thing all naked by using this plain deck here to bring in the star sign or type of star sign of the person that we are doing the read about. It kind of makes it a little bit more of a personal read. Okay, if you're not dealing with whatever comes out of this deck, then you don't have to watch any further than that. Okay, we are doing a read on the Three of Wands, which came out of your All Signs overview I done. Well, it came out of the All Signs overview I done, and that was your card. Should be a better way of phrasing it, I suppose. What I was doing the overview on this week was who may be misleading you, which you probably know from the thumbnail and the title of the thumbnail, what maybe drew you into this. If it did draw you into this read, yeah, drop it in the comments. Let me know that the thumbnail drew you in. Okay, it is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. Not every read can resonate with you. If this one's not resonating with you, maybe the next one I do in about a fortnight will, or perhaps one of my older ones will resonate with you. You may be on a different timeline to what I'm pulling on at the moment. Okay, so you had the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is setting the intention. Possibly you're not being misled yet. Possibly your misleading is a future influence, okay? Or it's very possible just starting to there's just starting to mislead you in some way, shape or form. I say they, it is a Two of Hearts, which will be a younger water sign, maybe 5 to 7 years younger than you. Okay, maybe a bit more, maybe about 10. Yeah, okay. We got the Seven of Pentacles. Well, that's backing up that Three of Wands, lovely. The Seven of Pentacles is like is a divine timing card. It's like a harvest time. It's like reaping what you sowed, but it can also be planting things into people's minds, suggesting things, or physically planting plants and waiting for them to grow throughout a season or so before you get your harvest in from it. Whatever that harvest may be. Could be flowers, could be fruit, veg, who knows. The High Priestess there as well, coming out in the cup. I kind of suspected I would be seeing the High Priestess quite a lot in these reads, because if you were drawn in by the title on the thumbnail or the title itself, the chances are you have some inclination that you are being misled or about to be misled. Or it's not every day a card jumps out of my deck, stays face up and or face down, and lands roughly in a position where it needs to be. Okay, the way we will do the energies is that one is going to be your person. It's going to tell us who this water sign is in a little bit more detail. This one here is how they are going to be misleading you or are misleading you. Just here is going to be the outcome if you follow that path to its destination. Just there is an overall energy of the read. Okay, I will probably ask the universe for something at the end of the read, probably where you will possibly go now that you have some information about what the future may hold for you. Okay, kind of like changing destiny type read. Yeah, I'm going to be using the Vikings to clarify all this with. The Viking deck is a kind of more of a primal energy coming off it, but the Vikings also understood with their runes that your destiny isn't set in stone. You can change it if you want to. All you have to do is put in the effort to. Okay, so Three of Swords, overall energy, pain. There's pain and heartache in this, basically. The person we are dealing with, it could be someone from your past. Yeah, I know they could be a lot younger than you, but it could be a past life. Yeah, it could be. And when I say a past life, I don't necessarily mean a past life as in a reincarnation. It could be that when you were young, in your mid to late teens, you were running off the rails a bit. Maybe you were on drugs or an alcoholic or something like that, and you've turned your life around. But maybe this person is as you were coming out of it, maybe they were then just coming into it and they were going through it and you knew them in a crossover bit. Okay. And maybe they're misleading you, trying to get you back into that particular lifestyle. I don't know yet. We haven't got any clarifiers or anything out yet. We're still going through the prime energies. So anyway, Six of Cups. It is someone, if it's not someone from your past, they remind you of someone from your past. Okay. Okay, right. Yeah. The universe is almost backing me up there. Yeah, it's something toxic. They are trying to mislead you in some toxic kind of way. They're trying to bind you and chain you into something you've dealt with in the past and you have moved away from. Okay, like what I said up there about maybe the whole drug thing. Maybe you were in the drug scenes when you were younger, and as you were coming out, they were then going in. You had a few years of a crossover where you knew each other, and now they're trying to draw you back in somehow for some reason. And then we got the Eight of Pentacles. If you follow this, you may even make a career out of it. Okay, but I will remind you, there is this Three of Swords all over this. It's nothing but pain for you. Okay, everything about this, the good happy memories, the fun memories, are laced with pain and suffering. If you were addicted to drugs, it's the pain and suffering of the cold turkey you go through as you come off it, the pain and suffering of looking back and thinking how I've wasted my life, squandered my life, how things could have been better. But at the same time, there were some good times in there as well. Okay, it's the pain and suffering of being bound to something you don't want to be bound to. Lots of us suffer this on an everyday occurrence with our jobs. Luckily for me, I'm in a job that I like, I enjoy it, I work with people I get along with most of the time. Because we can't get along with people all the time, can we? There's always times when they wind us up. You woke up in a bad mood, they woke up in an annoying mood, and you just bounce off each other, and it's not always good. But anyway, yes, getting back to it, it's going to be hard work as well. Either staying out of this road, getting out of this road, getting out of this path that they are trying to lead you back down to. Okay, so let's get the clarifiers out. As I said, let's see if I can get rid of my wheeze as well. As I said, we're using the Viking deck. It's a bit of a risk for me using the Viking deck, because I started using it. I thought you lot would love my Viking deck, and you didn't. Okay, the regular viewers here, you're probably cringing because I'm using my Viking deck. My numbers dropped off when I started using this. It only comes out every now and then, but I feel this has got the good energies for it. I have reversals in it, which just kind of gives us a little bit more of a view on it all. Okay, right, so the Ace of Wands. This person to you, they had this passionate beginning with you. Okay, so it may be just a while back you had a relationship with this person. Yes, they may be 10 years younger than you, but when you're 40 and they're 30, that's not a big issue, is it? Okay. And again, this could actually be physical, it could be mental, it could be emotional, it could be spiritual. And when I say spiritual, yeah, perhaps you're on your 20th lifetime on this planet when they're only on their 10th. Okay, something like that. So, yes, the Ace of Wands. There was this passion beginning. When you two first met, there was like this spark between you. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic spark. It could have been just a friendship spark or something like that. The Six of Cups does imply a soul connection of some description. With the Lovers in reverse, this is telling me that this is not the way the universe wanted you to meet. Yeah, this person goes against the universe's plans quite a lot. They are spiritually closed off and they are on a very low frequency. But it's also a case you never actually looked at them as a love connection. Okay, you never saw yourself settling down with this person, having a family with this person. Maybe you did have passion with this person, but that was more of just a, yeah, well, why not? You're here, I'm here. You know, we're both needy, let's do it. Okay, with the Strength there, they come across as very weak, because that's in reverse as well. But sorry for those of you who are just listening. Yeah, Ace of Wands in the upright, Lovers upside down in reverse, and the Strength in reverse. We've also got the Seven of Pentacles at the end in reverse. Okay, right. So they come across as very weak. They may have strength, they may have courage, but they don't tap into it. They tend to just be weak and go along with the madding crowd. I think with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, I'm getting off this. This is a sort of person who never actually kind of finishes what they started. Okay, they may start lots of things and they never see it through to the end. They always give up on it. Okay, but it's all changing. It's all change for them. Okay, it's the Death card coming out, crossing all this. Everything I have said is all coming to an end. Yeah, the passionate beginning. The passionate beginning could be the beginning of all the things they start. They start it off passionately and with a lot of life and enthusiasm, but they soon lose interest and it peters out at the end. Okay, but everything is dying, everything is changing, everything is being reborn in a new baptism of fire type way. Okay, because this particular Death card is all about sort of war and fighting and all that. You don't really want me to talk about the Valkyries or any of the history or real sort of artistic meanings of the cards. If you do, drop me in a comment. I will start putting more of that back into it. I have a funny feeling that's why the viewers dropped off a little bit and they come here for tarot reads, not history lessons. Okay. So let's see how they're going to try to lure you in. Okay, because they're trying. They're trying. Okay. With bold forward movement and communication. The Six of Cups, reminding you about those past happy times. Okay. That feeling, that hit you used to get. Okay. By telling you that they've cut all that sort of stuff out of their life, but I believe they haven't. And with the Empress coming out, they're sort of going to be literally buttering you up, sort of really working on all the things that will sort of get you more compliant with them, telling you how nice you look, how wonderful you smell, how well you've done with your life, what a brilliant car you drive. Basically, they're going to be brown nosing you something chronic. Okay. It is going to be a very tempting energy coming through. With that Empress on the end, that's all the attraction of the Queen of Wands in that Empress. And the Empress is upright, so it's all the positive attraction of the Queen of Wands. And, I thought, for a second, I thought the Queen of Wands was my crossing card. I just saw a little bit of red in there. But it isn't. It's the Four of Wands and it is in the reverse. Okay, so the Four of Wands is telling us that, well, it's telling us you don't really have to worry too much, because as we've already talked about this water sign up there, they start things, but they never commit. They never finish them. And this is it. They're not committing. They're not committal to this. It's going to be a chance. I'll give it a go. I see it's a good idea. Let's give it a go. Let's see if we can get Gemini back onto the old ways. We used to have some real good fun and laughs when Gemini was on the old ways, whatever your old ways may have been. It might not have been drugs. It might not have been alcohol. It might have just been, I don't know, going out clubbing all the time, dancing until your feet fell off and things like that. But obviously as you get older and your joints start to hurt more and etc, things change. Okay, dancing ain't quite as good as it used to be, or if it is, you've swapped to ballroom dancing instead of club dancing. Right, so the outcome, the Eight of Pentacles, it's going to be hard work. If you go down this track with this water sign, it's going to be hard work. There's going to be the illusion of love and romance and nostalgia I'm getting off that, but that's because the Six of Cups is coursing through here. It can't give me another Six of Cups at the moment. I've used them out of both the decks, but I'm getting a Six of Cups off this Page of Cups. But it's in reverse. It's a lackluster. It's going to be there for the start, but like how they peter out with their commitment on things, what they start, that's that romance, that sort of like reminiscing of the past happy times, is going to quickly wear thin and rub off the whole situation, leaving you feeling a little bit betrayed, okay, and possibly even sort of like wanting to call it all off and bring it all to an end, but maybe you're already too deep in by then. The Ten of Swords would be indicating a new start of some description coming up as well. Okay, the Seven of Wands and the Three of Swords again. Bang, right next to that Three of Swords as well. Well, the Seven of Wands is a little bit like a high horse energy, defending your corner, being on the high ground. In reverse, it's kind of like the opposite. It's like you're going to feel like you have no right to try to defend this against anyone. You know that you let yourself slip back into this, and it's just like, well, it's my bed now. I've made it. I'm going to sleep in it. Okay, and with the Three of Swords banging out the end of that one, that's telling us that it's just going to be painful and hurtful. Okay, and there's the Death card again. That's your change. Whatever you were, you'll be changing into something else, something new. Probably not something as nice as you are now, Gemini. Okay, so I'm going to use another Viking deck now for my clarifiers, or not my clarifiers, for my question of the universe, but this one is a new one I got. I got this gifted to me for my birthday from a friend. Okay, the Viking Oracle. Let's see what that has to tell us. We are wanting to know, now that Gemini knows this information, where can Gemini take the future to? Okay. We'll just be picking one off here, I think. Unless more than one falls out. If any fall out, there you go. It's almost like I talked that up, isn't it? So, is there 3 there? No, we've just got 2 there. So we have got Loki and we have got the Void. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to say off that is the universe is telling us it's yet unwritten. Okay, it's not quite decided where you might go now you know this information. It could literally be some of you are just going to go and flow with it. You're going to be caught up in the nostalgia of it all and try to relive your youth. Others of you are going to sort of like laugh at it, literally laugh at it with Loki there, see it as a huge joke and just move on. But the reason I'm saying it's not yet written is because both these cards are cards of indecision. Okay, the Void is basically what existed before the worlds in the Viking mythology were formed. Okay, Loki is a good god, but he plays tricks on people all the time, and some people can see that as a bad thing. So although he's good, he seems to do bad. The Void is empty, but at the same time it's full of everything that created us. Okay, so it's the universe is kind of saying it's a 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Okay, with Loki coming out, we could be saying keep light-hearted and happy and joyful. I mean, laughter is the best medicine and all that. With the Void coming out, it's saying, well, the world is your oyster to a certain extent. I haven't clarified any of these other ones, but I thought I'd just get a couple of little cards coming out for the clarifications on this. So we'll put those 3 up at the top there and those 2 there. So we got the Sun. We've got the Sun coming out, we got the Ace of Swords coming out, and we've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. It's saying don't be defensive to the happiness and joy, the truth you know, okay? You know what happiness and joy is. You know what security is. With the Ace of Swords there, that's telling us you know this. Don't try to shy away from that. Don't try to push it out of your life. Don't try to defend against that. Just accept it for what it is. With the Void, we have got the indecision about love and the communication about love. It's kind of telling us, well, I said the world is your oyster. It's the love is your oyster. Yes, you might be reminiscing with that Six of Cups and that Six of Cups about the past happy times, but you know where it led the last time. You know the pain and sorrow which will be suffered from it. Okay. Now, the King of Cups is often a card about indecision, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, having the love to give but not actually giving it. When it's in reverse, normally it's the decision is made. Okay, you know what you want. You just have to commune to someone what you want. The Queen of Cups is all about communication and telling someone or something how you feel. Okay, so that is what your Void is about. It's kind of saying anyone you want, you can have, you can create it. The energy is there. You like just the universe hasn't set anything for you. It's just like you want it. Just basically ask the universe for it. And if the universe can't bang out exactly what you put on the order, it will give you something very close to it. Okay, or probably in the long run better, because we are human after all, and we are infallible to making mistakes all the time. So it will probably choose something which is better than what you've actually asked for. And that is your read, my Geminis. Hopefully it resonated with you. If it did, fantastic. If it didn't, I'm sorry. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you want or not. It's up to you. I don't mind. What else? Yeah, share it out if you think maybe you know a water sign who is in this situation, or perhaps you know another Gemini and you know that they won't be watching this, so share it with them. And as I've dropped a couple of times in this read already, feel free to drop in some comments. I'd like to read them. It makes me feel like I've done something right when I get comments, so I get back to you as quick as I can, normally within a few days, depending on how busy I am. Okay, thank you very much. I will catch you all next time, Geminis. Until I see you on another video, have a good week.